This is the Varsity Sports Show, your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Now, here's your host, Vince DeLisio.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network. We are on national, bringing to you an amazing show from Arizona, but our signal is beamed all over the country, 100 stations nationwide, courtesy of the Sports Map Radio Network. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our show. And if you're tuning in for the first time, we're going to talk to you a little bit about who we are and what we are. If you've been listening for a while, you kind of get to feel that we are a showcase, a spotlight for amazing talent. Not me. I'm very humble about this. I'm just a guy that just does this, that shows up, puts a headset on. But we've got an amazing crew working with us, and we want to make sure and do some outreach and open up an incredible opportunity to all of you colleges and universities that span the globe that are interested in this platform, getting into media, working in media, interning with the Varsity Sports Show, coast to coast. We've got an amazing crew. Once again, my name is Vince DeLisio. So happy to be here today and that you are starting your Saturday off with us wherever you are, whether you're in Florida, New York, Houston, Texas, Missoula, Montana, San Diego, California, Honolulu, Hawaii, wherever you are and you are tuning in, thank you for joining us here on the Varsity Sports Show. I am joined by a couple of our amazing broadcast interns representing, first of all, the Walter Cronkite School of Mass Communications at Arizona State University, Mr. Ben Munawara. Ben, how are you, sir?
Good. How you doing this morning, Vince?
I am doing wonderful. And we also have next to him from Grand Canyon University School of Communications, his name is Tyler Hatala. Tyler, how are you, sir?
Yeah, good morning. I'm doing really good.
Awesome. Guys, we're going to have an incredible show. First of all, let's talk to our audience about our show. Our amazing team puts together content throughout the week to be featured, spanning the country. Different news. We do an East Coast report, a Midwest report, a West Coast report from our intern team spanning the country. We've got interns out at the University of Florida in Gainesville, Texas Southern University, University of Arizona in Tucson, Grand Canyon University, Arizona State University, and more. Stay tuned. We have more and more coming online. Faculty, staff, administration. If you guys have students in your respective schools, journalism, media students that want to showcase their content, get in touch with us. Email us at info@varsitysportsshow.com. info@varsitysportsshow.com. Or you can find us on social media, every major platform, on Twitter, or also known as X, @VarsityShow. And every other major social media platform, just type in Varsity Sports Show. Today, what do we got today? Today, we've got some good stuff coming at you here. We're with our Midwest report. Our very own Nash Darragh is going to talk a little Illinois flag football, Wisconsin hockey. Alissa Firestone is going to talk some NBA All-Star game. Guys, we've got content that it just varies the whole spectrum. We've got, in our East Coast report later in the show, our very own David Lopez, Florida Gators baseball. Jason Goldie is going to talk a little East Coast skiing, all the great skiing on the East Coast. Sammy Khalaf is going to give us a report on the Boston Celtics. So you East Coasters that want to hear some NBA news on Boston Celtics, stay tuned. Sierra Naess, Minnesota, snowboarding. Alex Medina is going to talk to Jim Dixon, who's a former Chicago White Sox player, get a little report from Jim Dixon and something he's up to in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Seth Kordich is going to talk about an organization called Black Men's Brain Health and that great cause. Later on in the show, we've got a West Coast report. Our very own Quinton Wilson from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas. UNLV, we got interns there that are doing amazing work for us in their Greenspun Journalism School. We can't forget UNLV. We've got an incredible team out there. The Runnin' Rebels. Lauryn Abozeid from University of Arizona is going to talk a little PGA. Jonathan Melendez, Phoenix Suns, Dallas Mavericks rivalry. Guys, and more. A lot of good stuff. We want to keep it here. We want you to keep it here for the next hour. It's only an hour. One thing we say here at the Varsity Sports Show is that you miss a minute, you miss a lot. You want to stay tuned And again, thanks for joining us on a Saturday morning. A lot of good stuff. I got a couple questions. First of all, for Tyler. Let's start with you. Tyler, Grand Canyon University.
Yeah, I mean, Grand Canyon University, it's an amazing environment. I mean, it's a small campus, but there's just a ton of student involvement. I mean, you go to the basketball games, everyone's getting involved some way, shape, or form. There's always something going on in the campus, but it's just a great environment to be a part of. I mean, I know ASU and U of A and all those other colleges in Arizona, they have some great environments, but for me, I just love being a part of the student body that has that involvement with the school, the basketball team, just whatever. There's just a ton of involvement going along with that.
Ben Munawara from Arizona State University. Why ASU? You're a Southern California guy.
Well, when I started to think of the possibility of going into media, there were a couple options, Syracuse, Full Sail over in Florida. Yep. But then I had heard about Cronkite, and I said, oh, well, yeah, that sounds like a great program. Where is that? ASU? Oh, not that far from California. Sure. When I did come here, I didn't really know what to expect, but as soon as I got here, they have tons of programs, tons of opportunity. They have all the equipment you can imagine, and the facilities are great. You go over to Footprint. Excuse me, that's in downtown. That's the Suns. If you go over to a Desert Financial, that's what I was thinking.
Okay,
amazing basketball stadium. You got Sun Devil Stadium. It's a great environment. Tempe, downtown, Havasu, Polytech. It's a great experience. Everyone's really welcoming. It's an accepting community, accepting university, and I've had nothing but good things to say about it.
Awesome. All right, from there, let's take it to some amazing content. We're going to go to our Midwest report. Mike, take it away.
The Midwest Report.
Hello and welcome to the Sports Map Radio Network. My name is Nash, and you are listening to the Varsity Sports Radio Show. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in this morning and hope you're all having an incredible start to your Saturday morning wherever you may be. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this week's segment covering the Midwest. A lot of big news came out of the Midwest, but one that stood out to me particularly was in the great state of Illinois. As of Wednesday, February 14th, 2024, the Illinois High School Association sanctioned the start of girls flag football through the IHSA. The debut will be coming in the beginning of the fall of 2024 and will be hosting this year's championship in October. Illinois is just the 6th state in the nation to sanction the sport, and there are many hopes of the sport still to spread throughout the country. Now we're going to head up a little bit up north into the beautiful state they call Wisconsin. The Wisconsin hockey regular season has come to a close, but just recently the WIAA has announced this year's WHCA Player of the Year finalists. Those 6 players are as follows. The senior defenseman from Eau Claire Memorial, Dylan Byrne, senior forward Carson Gauss from the Wisconsin Rapids, Emory's Vincent Green, as well as Chippewa Falls forward Jackson Holm, with finally being the 2 goaltenders, Devin Rustley from Bayport and Rowan White from Madison Edgewood. I would like to wish all of those players the best of luck in the playoffs this year, as well as say congratulations to them on their great year. This year's finalists for the awards will be announced at this year's state dinner in Madison, Wisconsin, so tune in to the WIAA website to find out the winner in just a few weeks to come. Last but not least, Minnesota boys high school basketball season has officially come to a close. So along with the boys hockey in Wisconsin, there is now a vote up for this year's Minnesota top boys players. There are an abundance of names for this year's prestigious award, so I'll not list all of those names, but please make sure to check out the Minnesota High School Prep page to cast in your votes, as well as checking out this year's playoffs and state tournament. I would like to thank you all for tuning in this morning and listening to the Varsity Sports Show here on the Sports Map Radio Network. I'm Nash, and stick around to hear so much more from Vince and my fellow colleagues.
Good morning. This is Alissa Firestone with the Varsity Sports Show reporting on the big sports event taking place in Indianapolis tomorrow, the NBA All-Star Game. This is a big deal for the city as this will be its first time hosting since 1985. A majority of credit for making this happen can be given to basketball icon Larry Bird. According to the Indy Star, 6'9" Bird squeezed himself into a tiny replica Indy car and drove through Fifth Avenue in New York City in 2017, hand-delivering Indianapolis' sports bid crafted by the Pacers' leaders to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Silver deems Bird's act as extremely symbolic and granted Indianapolis the permission to host. The event was originally supposed to be held in 2021, however, due to COVID, it was pushed back to this year. The game will be held at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. To keep up with NBA coverage and other sports content, make sure to tune in to Varsity Sports. For Varsity Sports, I'm Alissa Firestone.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Wherever across this great nation of ours that you are tuning in from, thank you for spending this hour with us, starting your Saturday off. Whether you're in the East Coast, it is 11:10 a.m., or on the West Coast, we're 8:10 a.m., or even Hawaii, which I believe is, 2 hours earlier than that. So thanks for starting your morning off with us, ladies and gentlemen, across this country. My name is Vince DeLisio, and joined here on our broadcast by a couple of our talented staffers, Ben Munawara from Arizona State University and Tyler Hatala from Grand Canyon University. Guys, we've got more incredible content coming up. When we come back after the break, we are going to be joined by David Lopez, who's going to talk a little Florida Gators baseball. He is one of our broadcast journalists from the University of Florida in Gainesville. Jason Goldie, who's from Arizona State, is going to talk a little East Coast skiing. And Sammy Khalaf, also a Sun Devil, will talk a little Boston Celtics for our East Coast report. A lot of great stuff. Ben, we ended up talking with you a little bit about your decision to choose Arizona State. You grew up in Southern California. Was it ever on the table that you wanted to stay closer to home as opposed to coming one state over?
There's definitely a couple of journalism opportunities back home. There's Cal Poly was a big one, but I think that the decision ultimately led with heading in a more sports-based direction, and ASU Cronkite offers numerous sports-specific opportunities, and I think that's what really drew my attention, Vince.
Awesome. Okay. A lot of great schools out there, and we want to feature you. By all means, faculty, staff, administration of those colleges, get in touch with us. We'll be back after the break here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Go Varsity.
Bloomberg Business of Sports Report. I'm Michael Barr. TKO, the parent of the UFC and WWE, has reached a 5-year deal to host MMA and wrestling events at the Honda Center in Anaheim. According to Sportico, under the partnership, both UFC and WWE will hold at least 3 events at the arena across the next 5 years. The league for veteran pickleball players has doubled in size, with 6 new franchises selling for around $750,000 each. That's according to National Pickleball League's Chief Executive Officer Paul Bamundo. Among the new investors, former NFL quarterback Denny Werfel. The first batch of teams sold for about $300,000. The new teams will be in Houston, Texas, Columbus, Ohio, Kansas City, Missouri, Princeton, New Jersey, Seattle, Washington, and Coachella Valley, California. With the Bloomberg Business of Sports Report, I'm Michael Barr, sponsored by ProgressiveCommercial.com, where you can get a business insurance quote in as little as 6 minutes.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids are facing hunger every day? Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Thank you!
Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Some days, my active psoriatic arthritis makes it hard to get in the game. Now, the ball is in my court, thanks to treating my skin and joints with Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150-milligram injection for adults. Skyrizi helps with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. For those who also have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible with just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Wake up call.
Nick Saban announcing his retirement. Eli Gold, the legendary voice of the Crimson Tide. You mentioned that perfectionist thing, and how much did he do that to his players where everybody wanted to get it right all the time?
Well, that's why he worked them so hard. He didn't work these guys hard because he wanted them to get it right. He worked them so hard because he wanted to make sure they couldn't do it wrong.
Wake up call with Tony D and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Vince DeLisio joined by Ben Munawara, Tyler Hatala. Guys, we are out at the Senior Showcase, which is in collaboration and partnership with the National Football Foundation here in I know you're listening from other parts of the country. It might be snowing where you are, but it's beautiful and sunny and maybe about 60 degrees. It's a little chilly, though. It's 60. I know you guys are used to 30 and all that. But anyway, here in the middle of winter, we are out in Surprise, Arizona, which is a northwest suburb of metropolitan Phoenix, out at Ottawa University, OUAZ. Beautiful facility, Spirit Field. And there is a showcase, a senior showcase. Guys, people tell you that there are no athletic scholarships available for young people. They are wrong. There are going to be, probably, 50 schools represented today, colleges and universities that are going to be evaluating these young people here, everywhere from Division I on down to Division II, Division III, NAIA. A lot of good stuff. A lot of opportunities here out at the Senior Showcase. And for those of you within a 50-mile radius of the Ottawa University here in Northwest Phoenix, come on out. There are showcases going all around the country. Next week, I'll be in Irvine, California for their Senior Showcase. We'll be broadcasting the show from there. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're expecting close to 400 high school seniors out there. You guys in Southern California, stay tuned for more information on that. It'll be out in Irvine. I forgot the name of the facility, but I got it written down. We'll be there, and there'll be announcements before that. Just head to the National Football Foundation's website, and you'll get more information on that. But incredible event. A lot of volunteers out here today, coaches, veteran coaches, and with this one in particular, Coach Tim Kish is the driving force behind this event. That name sounds familiar to you. It should. This guy coached over 40 years college football. He's been at all of he's experienced the highest of highs, places like University of Oklahoma under Bob Stoops. He's been at West Point, U.S. Army. He's been at the University of Arizona. He's been at Indiana. He's been all over the place. And Big 10, Big 12, Pac-10, Pac-12. He is the driving force behind this. Next week, we're going to be out at Irvine, where the brother of legendary Coach Terry Donahue, whose name is Patrick Donahue, he's one of the organizers of that event. We'll have him feature him next week, and their organization looking forward to getting out there and covering that event. Guys, we have an East Coast report, several reports coming out of the East Coast. We're going to transition over to that. Mike, take it away.
The East Coast report.
Good morning, I'm David Lopez here on the Varsity Sports Show, live from the University of Florida, here to bring you news on the Florida Gators baseball team. With the season opener this Friday on the road at St. John's, the Florida Gators are ready to kick off the 2024 baseball season. The runners-up of last year's Men's College World Series and coming into this year ranked number 2 in the nation, the Gators come into this season with lofty expectations. After re-signing head coach Kevin O'Sullivan through 2033, Florida has confirmed its expectation of returning to Omaha and finishing the job this time. A heartbreaking loss to LSU in last year's World Series, combined with 6 players drafted to the MLB in the offseason, forced the Gators to regroup and retool for 2024. Losing star hitter Wyatt Langford and pitcher Hurst Waldrop will be major blows, but the Gators do see the return of the number 1 prospect in the country, two-way superstar Jack Caglianone. Caglianone basted 33 home runs in his sophomore season, the most in the country, while posting 7 wins as a starting pitcher. He hopes to lead the Gators to their first national championship since 2017. Aside from Caglianone and the 4 other returning starters from last season, the Gators rebuilt with a strong transfer class. The star transfer comes from the University of Alabama, where infielder Kobe Shelton hopes to make an instant impact after being a freshman All-American last season. Shelton was ranked the 6th best impact transfer of his offseason after he had a batting average of .300 with 25 home runs and 51 RBIs for the Crimson Tide. And now he joins a stacked Gator lineup. The Gators also added catcher Brody Dene, a Virginia Tech All-ACC freshman who was originally recruited by Florida out of Lakeland. Although the Gators have a less than stellar high school recruiting class, which still ranks 13th in the country, expectations are through the roof for a surging baseball program. Coach O'Sullivan, the #1 ranked coach in the SEC coming into this season, has lofty expectations and expects the team to be back in Omaha for the College World Series. Coming into this weekend series against St. John's, the Gators begin their chase for the program's second ever national championship. I'm David Lopez out of the University of Florida, and you're listening to the Varsity Sports Show.
I'm Jason Goldie from the Cronkite School of Journalism at ASU, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show with an East Coast or Ice Coast ski report for the President's Day weekend. Whether you're a Jerry or you're looking to shred the gnar, you can don your onesie and head to one of my top 3 choices for skiing or shredding this weekend. My best all-around choice is Killington Resort in Vermont. Dubbed the Beast of the East, Killington has the most skiable terrain on the East Coast with over 21 skiable miles. If you're a park rat looking for a kicker, Killington has the best terrain park around. It's also known for its exceptional nightlife for showing off your steezy après-ski gar. This week, Killington had a base of 16 inches, with a couple of inches of new snow last week and a few more expected this weekend. 14 of 22 lifts are open. Temps will be a frigid -7 degrees to 6 degrees Fahrenheit at the summit with 26 mile-per-hour winds. For the best pow-pow, check out Sugarloaf in Maine. A favorite of powder skiers, Sugarloaf is the only East Coast resort that has a lift above the tree line. Sugarloaf has a base of 22 inches and 32 inches of corduroy at the summit. 9 of 15 lifts are open. Temps are expected to be -7 to 7 degrees Fahrenheit at the summit with 9 mile-per-hour winds. Snow is expected this weekend, and Monday promises to be a bluebird day. Lastly, we head south to Snowshoe Mountain in West Virginia. Snowshoe has a base of 45 inches, and all 12 lifts are open. A little snow is expected on Saturday. Temps will be a balmy 11 degrees to 18 degrees Fahrenheit at the summit, with brisk 21 mile-per-hour winds. If the slopes are tracked out, you can try tubing and snowmobiling. So whether you're a ripper or just practicing your pizza and french fries, always ski and ride responsibly, because nobody wants a yard sale. For the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jason Goldie. Tips up.
What's up, guys? This is Sammy Khalaf from the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication at Arizona State University, reporting for the Varsity Sports Show. Today, I will walk and talk you through this week's East Coast report as we will cover the hottest NBA team currently, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are currently 41-12, leading the NBA in the standings. The Celtics are on a 4-game winning streak, plowing through the Memphis Grizzlies, Atlanta Hawks, Washington Wizards, and most recently, the Miami Heat. The Celtics also have the best home record in the league, standing at 25-3. The Celtics' starting 5 has been the key to recent victories. Scoring over 100 points a game, it's safe to say that the Celtics are on their way to stardom. Considered the best lineup in the league by many, the Celtics have proven themselves in recent weeks. Jason Tatum has been on fire this season, leading the team in points, according to ESPN.com. Tatum is averaging 27 points per game, while leading the team in rebounds with 8.5 per game. Kristaps Porzingis is having a career resurgence with the Celtics. According to ESPN.com, Porzingis is averaging 20.4 points per game. He also leads the team in blocks with almost 2 per game. Porzingis has been a scoring machine for the Boston Celtics throughout the season, and there are no signs of slowing down. Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Jrue Holiday have also earned credit for supporting their teammates by propelling the team to success. The Celtics signed Brown to a massive extension back in July 2023 worth $304 million for 5 years. The Celtics also acquired White and Holiday in trades that are paying off thus far. Will the Boston Celtics keep up the momentum? Tune in to find out. Once again, this is Sammy Khalaf with the Varsity Sports Show, signing off.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Vince DeLisio, Tyler Hatala, and Ben Munawara. We're doing a remote. We left the warm, friendly confines of the fishbowl, as we refer to it, in our studio, our Sports Map Radio Network studio. We hit the road today. And for those of you wondering, well, God, where do you broadcast from? You know, because I'm listening to you from Storm Lake, Iowa. But we are in Phoenix, Arizona. And next week, we're going to be in Irvine, California. In Irvine for another senior showcase event. We're out at Ottawa University in Surprise, Arizona, northwest suburb of the Phoenix area, out at Spirit Field. It's a beautiful facility. Veteran college football coach Tim Kish put together this event with the National Football Foundation and a labor of love through many, many volunteers, legendary coaches that are here working with young people, creating opportunities, scholarships. There's going to be a lot of college football coaches here, everywhere from Division I on down, Division II, Division III, NAIA. Amazing opportunities are to be had. You just got to come out. You got to test. Coach Kish is running them through the rigors of testing, just very similar to what is done at the NFL Combine, recording those stats and providing them to colleges all across the country. Guys, when we come back from the break, we've got our more Midwest report. Don't go anywhere here on the Varsity Sports Show and Sports Map Radio Network.
Learn how thousands of smart homeowners are investing about $1 to avoid expensive home repair bills. John, a former non-customer, said, "My air conditioner broke and I had to spend $1,900 to fix it." Jeff, a customer, wrote, "My air conditioner broke and I got a new one at no out-of-pocket cost." Mary, a former non-customer, wrote, "My heating system stopped running. I had to spend $3,000 to get a new one." Lisa, a customer, wrote, "My heater stopped working. I got it fixed at no out-of-pocket cost." For about $1 a day, you can have all the major appliances and systems in your home guaranteed fixed or replaced with HSC's home warranty coverage. Call now, and the first month is free. If the lines are busy, please call back. 800-814-5615. 800-814-5615. That's 800-814-5615. 800-814-5615.
The Die Hards.
Jalen Hurts was sick. He had the flu. Is he going to be the next Michael Jordan? Can people please stop comparing anybody to Michael Jordan? Can people stop doing that? Because there's never going to be another Michael Jordan. There's never going to be another flu game. There's never going to be another X of Michael Jordan.
I lost $1,000 on the flu game.
And of course you did.
The Die Hards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Wake up call.
There is a Missouri couple, Tony, that recently celebrated, you ready for this? Their 80th wedding anniversary.
Oh, wow.
80 years of marriage needs to be highlighted.
Are they saying things like, you know, the secret to 80 years of marriage is
they have it.
Lots of bourbon and sex?
Nope, because that would be fantastic.
Or, you know, when you hear somebody like, how did you live to be 110? Oh, I ate cheeseburgers every day and drank a lot of booze.
Bertha gave her secret to a successful marriage, which is never go to bed angry.
Yeah, well, that is kind of true.
I wish it was bourbon and sex. That would be fantastic.
Wouldn't it be? I mean, come on.
Honey!
Yeah, I know. How many men would take that article and go, hey, you want to live to be 100?
And be married to this guy for 80 years?
Look at this couple. Look what their secret is. Wink, wink.
Wake up call with Tony V and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
Wake up call.
Live animal mascots, I don't think PETA really understands how well taken care of these animals are.
The situation you brought up, Ralphie and Bevo, right? They're not steaks.
No, that's right. Good point. Yeah, we're not eating them. Good point.
South Carolina have a chicken?
There is a chicken.
We're not eating him.
But, you know, exactly. Maybe he ends up at a Bojangles after a losing season. I have no idea.
Wake up call with Tony V and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
The Die Hards.
I'm a monkey running around. It's tough. They can't control me. You know what I mean? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot as it is, so it's hard enough to control anyway.
When I'm waiting to come on as a guest, I can hear you.
You can hear everything. We're doing everything. We're talking this. We're talking that. We're putting bets in. We're doing shots. No, we're not doing shots. We do shots after the show. But no, it's hard. It's being a producer in radio is really hard, and I'm being very serious. I've been doing this a long time. I've had some brilliant producers. I've had some tough ones that it's hard. It's a hard job. And managing idiots like me that sometimes it's out of your control. And it sucks too because they don't get paid that much. they need to be paid more. I wish we should start like a producer GoFundMe for producers. But some of them are really good dropping sound effects.
The Diehards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sports Map Radio Network.
This is the Varsity Sports Show, your home for youth, high school, college sports, and you. Empowering education and enabling dreams. Right here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. Vince DeLisio here for the Sports Map Radio Network. Guys, we're going to transition. We got another Midwest report. There's a lot of stuff going on in the Midwest this week and a lot of great content. And then we're going to be joined by the event organizer here at the Senior Showcase, talk a little bit about this event and what's going on across the country. It's a big movement with the National Football Foundation. Let's take it to the Midwest report. Take it away, Mike.
The Midwest report.
This is Sierra Naess with the Varsity Sports Show. It is no secret Midwesterners love their winter sports. In fact, this past weekend, crowds of Minnesotans surrounded the Capitol stairs to watch one of the most iconic events in street snowboarding, the Red Bull Heavy Metal event. The goal of this competition is to pay tribute to snowboarders with the skill of riding terrain park-style slopes. Even though snowboarding is known for its relaxed and laid-back culture, the competition is not open to your average street rider. Qualifying for the event itself is prestigious, and winning the competition is an incredible honor. The overall winners for this year's heavy metal event are Luke Winkleman and Egan Wint. To get this many people out on a freezing cold night shows how much people truly care about snowboarding. The real fans come out and are willing to brave the cold. This is Sierra Naess with the Varsity Sports Show, signing off.
Good morning, America. My name is Alexandra Medina, and I am a sports journalism student at Arizona State University. You are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on Sports Map Radio Network. While New Mexico may not have a Major League Baseball team, they do have one baseball academy that generates baseball superstars. Next Level Baseball Academy began during the year of 2017. This academy was created by Jim Dixon, a former Chicago White Sox pitcher. Dixon spent his childhood years playing baseball and dreaming of playing professionally someday. In 1993, his lifelong dream of becoming a professional baseball player came true. Dixon joined the White Sox and played alongside Michael Jordan and Bo Jackson. Dixon has always wanted to make an impact on the future generation of baseball. The Next Level Baseball program gives the players a chance to travel internationally to play in tournaments, get experience with baseball around the country, while also giving them an opportunity of being scouted.
From our pregame routine to our, mental game that we teach kids, to our nutrition, to the off-season workout program, I feel I'm doing everything in like a mini MLB organization. I try to pattern it after a miniature MLB organization.
Dixon's baseball program has resulted in many of the participants receiving scholarships from top colleges around the country, allowing them to continue their baseball career while working towards the next level. While Dixon has had a huge impact on these individuals, he hopes that they create a legacy of their own. I am Alexandra Medina, and you are listening to the Varsity Sports Show on Sports Map Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network nationally, coast to coast, 100 stations nationwide. And we're out at the Senior Showcase here in collaboration with the National Football Foundation, joined by veteran college football coach You guys may know him. He's been Coach, have you been everywhere? Literally.
It seems like it.
Yes. His name is Tim Kish. Coach Kish, who is a veteran coach of the Big 12, Big 10, Pac-10, Pac-12. Army plays in they're an independent still, aren't they? The Army's an independent. So West Point. So, Coach, you had a stellar career, many, many years doing this. You moved around at a few different schools, a few different places. This event, talk about the Senior Showcase.
Yeah, the Senior Showcase is a one-of-a-kind opportunity for seniors all over the country. Unfortunately, we only have 4 of them right now. There's one in Houston, one in Miami, and one in L.A., besides ours here in Phoenix. And it's just a great opportunity for a bunch of kids that aren't heavily recruited. And there's various reasons why that happens. But the bottom line is they're out here in front of 20, 21 college coaches from all over the country, evaluating them and potentially giving them an offer or some financial aid to go to college.
Sure. Now, there's a lot of money to be had out there to grab, and you just got to go find it. And this is a place where they can. Now, talk about some of the testing. You guys are going to be out on the football field here in the next half hour. What are some of the things that you're having them do out there?
Yeah, we're going to just time them. It's very much like the NFL Combine. We'll do a 40 time. We'll do a 5-10-5 shuttle, and then what we call an L drill, a 3-cone drill, and it just gives them, the coaches an idea of change of direction ability and quick feet and that type of thing. But at the end of the day, they're going to be working on their agilities and technique drills with the position coaches, and then have a chance to compete in one-on-ones for the last hour of practice.
How and we talked about the opportunity for schools to come in, and this is your second one here in Arizona, but from what you've observed in other locations, have these opportunities, are there a lot of schools that really put a lot of stock in what you're doing out here, and really are they panning out for these kids?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last year we were excited because 20% of the kids that came, 1 out of 5, ended up on a college roster.
Wow.
And we expect that, or maybe even more this year. So it's life-changing. It's generational changing, potentially, for these kids with their families. 60% of the kids that came last year, and we'll be close to that this year, were underserved and never had a family member go to college.
Well, you have, and talking about the kids, you also have former assistants and guys that played for you out here. Was it hard to get these guys back?
Not at all.
Yeah.
I did twist an arm or two. But
you
not
had to
many.
twist an arm or two?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
I just offer them coffee and a bagel, and they're good.
That's easy. Man, we didn't even get that. They just told us to come out. Okay, well, maybe we'll
it's right inside.
Okay, we'll run in there. Coach Tim Kish, Coach, thank you so much for allowing us out here to help cover this event, to help spread the word. Next week we're going to be in Irvine at the other event, but you've got, there's a line out the door here. You got all your former assistants and players here helping out as well as the colleges showing up. A lot of fun. Coach, thanks again for joining us.
Vince, thank you so much. I appreciate Varsity Sports being a part of this, and we hope you will continue to grow with us every year.
Oh, awesome. All right, guys, we're going to take it back to Seth Kordich out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, the Running Rebel, talking a little about Black Men's Brain Health. Fine organization. Take it away, Mike.
What's up, everybody? It's Seth Kordich reporting to you from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas for the Varsity Sports Show. And this week's segment is about Black Men's Brain Health. Black Men's Brain Health is an organization with goals to increase representation of black men in scientific research. They recently had a conference at UNLV addressing why black men are more prone to Alzheimer's, dementia, and other brain disorders like chronic traumatic encephalopathy, also known as CTE. This conference had a plethora of research scientists, community organizers, former professional and collegiate athletes speaking on their research and personal experience as black men and women who are actively trying to break the negative stigma associated with mental health in the black community and in science. Speakers talked about mental health issues they experienced being students and professional athletes during the time that they were playing and after, such as identity issues, lack of self-worth, and childhood traumas that are also played a negative role. Vices or outlets are a common denominator within young athletes juggling expectations for performance standards in the classroom and on the team. Particularly after finishing a career, the positive reinforcements and steady flow of validation ceases, which is mentally withdrawing. In between the major speaking portions, they had food and visual posters of individual case studies each person had researched so people could socialize and continue the conversation addressing the problem at hand. Black Men's Brain Health is an organization bringing attention to a serious issue within our society. I commend the work, dedication, openness, and vulnerability of everybody associated with Black Men's Brain Health. I'm Seth Kordich from the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much, Seth, our amazing staffer out of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, who reported on a great organization doing amazing things. So, All-Star Game, NBA All-Star Game. Tyler, Ben, talk to us a little bit about that. We've got less than a minute here, but what's your take?
Yeah, looking at the All-Star Game roster, I mean, you have Giannis and James as the two captains for each conference again this year. But my personal opinion, I feel like the Western Conference just has the upper hand. I mean, you have great starters, you have great depth, and it's just an all-around team that you can just build off of. I don't know about you, Ben, but...
I think I'm really excited to see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in his first All-Star appearance and his first starting appearance on top of that. I think a lot of the Western roster is pretty deep. I mean, when your bench in an All-Star game is filled with guys like Devin Booker and Steph Curry, Anthony Davis and Anthony Edwards, I don't know if the East has that much of a chance, Tyler.
Yeah, it'll be a good game for sure, though.
Guys, stick around. When we come back, we got more Varsity Sports Show here on the Sports Map Radio Network. Go Varsity.
Hi, my name is Alani. A little thing I like about the Spicy Deluxe sandwich is that you taste the crunch, you taste the pepper jack cheese melting, and you taste the spicy flavors in the sandwich. I'm telling you, 10 out of 10.
Hi, my name's Enrique. A little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's Spicy Deluxe sandwich is you get that rich flavor of the chicken and definitely that nice, tangy, warm bite. It's the perfect harmony of spiciness and taste.
Order the Spicy Deluxe sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
You're going on a trip, but where are you going to stay? How much will it cost? Well, it'll cost less by booking on besthotelrates.com. BestHotelRates.com works with all the top hotels in the country while delivering you great hotel and room choices for the best prices. Why wait? Go to BestHotelRates.com, enter your email address, and start shopping for your next hotel room. BestHotelRates.com, it's in the name. BestHotelRates.com. Imagine learning about radio and being mentored by true radio professionals in real radio stations. Well, actually, you don't have to imagine, because there's Radio Connection. Radio Connection gives you the opportunity to learn one-on-one and be mentored by radio pros. Plus, you don't have to worry about getting into a crazy amount of debt with school tuition either. Radio Connection keeps their tuition at much lower costs. To find out more info, visit radioconnection.com.
Sports Map Tonight with Luke Morrow.
The Browns should sign me as their starting quarterback, and here's why. I know how to slide, and I know when to slide, and that was a huge issue. I still run a 4.340, people, and I can throw the football 80 yards.
All due respect, I don't know RG3. Seems like a nice guy. I think this is pretty pathetic. That's why anytime a quarterback gets injured, here he is making his Shark Tank pitch. Hello, Sharks. My name's Robert Griffin III. Here's why you should sign me to play quarterback for your team. I'm better than every quarterback you have. I can throw the football 80 yards. I can still run a 4.340. No, I haven't been in the league for 3 years, but you know what? I now know how to slide. Cleveland, I will lead you to your first Super Bowl. And Mark Cuban will be sitting there and saying, yeah, for all these reasons, I'm out.
Sports Map Tonight, weeknights from 10 to 1 Eastern.
The Die Hard.
And then all of a sudden, a sweeper pitch comes in. She goes, Donna, what's a sweeper? And I looked at her and I went, I don't know. Hey, Siri, what's a sweeper pitch? What is going on? Like, I felt like I was lost. And I'm like, I cover sports. I know this. And again, I'm a knucklehead fan on the radio, but I'm like, what is this? And then I'm seeing slurve. And I'm going, what? Like, am I gone?
The Diehards, weeknights from 8 to 10 Eastern on the Sports Map Radio Network.
Wake up call.
Luka Doncic had a fan ejected at home.
Softy.
It was a Suns fan, but he was at home when he did this. a Phoenix fan bought a ticket 2 rows behind him in his home arena and said, Luka, you're tired? Get your beep on a treadmill. And that's always been the knock on Luka, is that he's a little
pudgy.
He's a little pudgy, like the
That's the safe way. That's right. I won't get written up for that one.
No.
Saying he's a little pudgy. Luka won't have me ejected.
No, he won't have you ejected. But you could. Let me just point it this way: if you went up to Luka and poked him in the belly, he would go, "Nothing tastes loving like my crescent rolls." Like that's how Luka. You're just giving you an idea on how soft Luka Doncic is. He can make great croissants and also deliver a 40-point night.
Wake up call with Tony V and Ron Culver. Weekdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern.
You're listening to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network. Now back to your host, Vince DeLisio.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network nationally. Folks, thanks again for tuning in, starting your Saturday off with us. We are out at the Senior Showcase in collaboration with the National Football Foundation for an amazing event. There's out on the football field here at Ottawa University, Arizona, and Surprise, Arizona, northwest suburb of Phoenix. Next week, we're going to be out at Irvine, similar such event. There's going to be 400 student-athletes out there next Saturday vying for opportunities for money, scholarships, athletic scholarships, academic scholarships, but a lot of good stuff going on. I was inside, ran into a couple of college coaches as I was trying to steal some coffee, which I just got and came back here with a couple of protein bars to get our energy levels up. So a lot of good stuff, joined by my broadcast partners here for the day, two of our talented interns, Tyler Hatala out of Grand Canyon University, Ben Munawara out of Arizona State University. Guys, get on the bus. If you guys want to, faculty, administration, staff, if you have students in your journalism schools, media schools that want to be part of our internship nationally, I don't care where you are. We have interns from the University of Florida in Gainesville, from University of Nevada, Las Vegas. We've got interns from Texas Southern University in Houston. We have interns from Grand Canyon University in Phoenix, Arizona State University in Tempe, University of Arizona in Tucson. Join us. Get in touch with us. Looking forward to it. And now it's time for our West Coast Report. Mike, take it away.
The West Coast Report.
Good morning, everyone. This is Quinton Wilson from UNLV reporting for Varsity Sports Show. Now, today we have an exciting basketball update for you featuring a top team from California. And no, we're not talking about Sierra Canyon High School this time. Instead, we'll be focused on the impressive Harvard-Westlake team, which recently defeated Sierra Canyon in the first game of the pool play. Harvard-Westlake, a prestigious private school located in Studio City, California, is currently ranked number 1 in the state and 7th in the entire country. Their outstanding regular season record of 28-3, including a 5-2 record in their league, has showcased their dominance on the court this season. In their most recent playoff game, the Wolverines continued their winning streak by defeating Sierra Canyon in a dominating fashion with a final score of 72-38. The star player, 4-star guard Trent Perry, had an incredible performance, achieving a triple-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals. Perry has already signed with USC and will be joining their team in the fall. Another key contributor to the victory was 6'7" Nicholas Kamenia, who recorded 12 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks. Next up, Harvard-Westlake will face St. John Bosco in their upcoming match. Now, St. John Bosco is coming off a win against Centennial High School based in Corona, California. As reigning state champions, the Wolverines have their sights set on repeating their success this year. Stay tuned for more updates on the CIF Southern Playoffs. This is Quinton Wilson from UNLV reporting for Varsity Sports Show.
This is Lauryn Abozeid based in Tucson, and I'm thrilled to talk to you about the Waste Management Phoenix Open that happened this past week. The Open is held annually in Scottsdale, Arizona. It is a premier event on the PGA Tour and known for its unique stadium-like atmosphere and passionate crowds. Nick Taylor emerged as the star of the show, captivating fans with his exceptional performance and nerve-wracking playoff victory over Charley Hoffman. The Phoenix Open is widely regarded as one of the most exciting events on the PGA Tour calendar, drawing golfers and spectators from around the world to the TPC Scottsdale course. This year, 129 golfers and 15 alternates participated. Throughout the week, competitors battled adverse weather conditions and intense pressure, with each round presenting new opportunities and challenges. As the tournament reached its climax, all eyes were on Nick Taylor and Charley Hoffman, who had emerged as the front-runners heading into the final day. Nick Taylor, a 35-year-old Canadian golfer, showcased his skills and relentlessness as he navigated the demanding course with precision and composure. In a thrilling showdown on Sunday, Taylor and Hoffman emerged in an intense battle, playing 30 grueling holes before Taylor emerged in victory. With the championship on the line, Taylor sank an impressive 11-foot birdie putt into the second playoff hole, securing the victory with a total score of 21 under 263. With this triumph, Taylor earned $1.5 million in prize money and 500 FedEx Cup points. As Taylor celebrates his well-deserved success, fans eagerly anticipate his continued success on the PGA Tour. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for listening. Once again, I'm Lauryn, Abozeid, based in Tucson. Have a great rest of your day.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show. I'm your host, Jonathan Melendez from Arizona State University. For this week's segment, we're going to take it back a little bit and talk about the Phoenix Suns and Dallas Mavericks' ongoing rivalry in the West. The Phoenix Suns are Arizona's oldest professional sports franchise. With this comes a lot of history and rivalries that have sprung up over the years. Some of its most iconic stemming back to intense playoff series from the early 90s with stars like Kevin Johnson and Tom Chambers leading the way, as well as into the early 2000s where we got to see iconic matchups, most notably between Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash. Fast forward to 2024 and we're seeing yet another great rivalry come to fruition between the Suns and the Dallas Mavericks. Believe it or not, this rivalry planted its seed in 2022 when the Devin Booker-led Suns faced the Luka Doncic-led Mavericks in the 2022 Western Conference semifinals. Prior to this matchup between Booker and Luka were often one-sided, with the Mavericks having a 4-14 record against the Suns since drafting Luka in 2018. An intense debate started brewing when Luka and Booker began engaging in some not-so-friendly trash talk, which sparked debate online from many fans and created a fueled and intense rivalry that has continued to this day. In that 2022 postseason series, we saw the series go to a Game 7 where the Suns lose an embarrassing 123-90 and saw its worst collapse in the franchise's history. From then on, Booker and Luka have tried outdoing one another in each matchup they have had since that playoff series. Since 2022, the Suns and Mavs have had a 2-2 record against one another, with Luka 7 assists against the Suns, and Booker averaging 28 points, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds against the Mavericks. In their previous matchup on January 24th, Booker led the Suns with 46 points to a dominant 132-109 victory. Luka led the Mavs with 34. The teams will face each other once again after the All-Star break on February 22nd in what looks to be an intense matchup with both teams fully healthy. This has been your host, Jonathan Melendez from Arizona State University with the Varsity Sports Show. Thank you for listening.
Time for Vince's final word.
Welcome back to the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network. Your look into all things youth, high school, college, and you across the country. You had a chance to hear from our amazing, talented team from coast to coast, giving us an East Coast report, a Midwest report, a West Coast report. And I'm joined out at a senior showcase event here in Surprise, Arizona. Next week we're going to be in Irvine, California. You guys in Orange County, get ready. There's going to be 400 rockin' seniors in high school vying for opportunities for scholarships on the gridiron. Going to be evaluated by a lot of different colleges in collaboration with the National Football Foundation. I'm joined here by two of our amazing staffers. our broadcasters, Ben Munawara from Arizona State University and Tyler Hattal out of Grand Canyon University. Ben, let's start with you. Give us a recap of this morning.
We had an excellent conversation with Tim Kish. I think that was the most amazing part of this experience so far because it's really insightful to learn from someone who's been all over the country, like you said.
Yep.
Although he says he disagrees, he thinks he's been everywhere. It certainly feels like it because when someone has that kind of knowledge, it feels like he's gotten it from all over the place.
All right, Tyler, in 30 seconds.
Yeah, so this morning kind of started off cold, but it progressively got warmer. But it was a lot of fun just seeing all the athletes come out here to Ottawa University for this showcase here. And again, talking to Tim Kish and Brandon McNutt and how their experience in Arizona and just trying to get back to the community and grow more of the Arizona community around here. So it was a lot of fun being out here.
There you go, guys. More coming. Good stuff. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to take a moment and thank our co-hosts from Arizona State University, Ben Munawara, from Grand Canyon University, Tyler Hattal. I want to thank our guests, Coach Tim Kish with the National Football Foundation and the Seniors Showcase out here. Big event, giving back to our youth. Please be sure and check out all of our archive content on Twitter at Varsity Show. Once again, at Varsity Show, as well as Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Search Varsity Sports Show. Thanks to our producer in studio, Mike Hernandez with Sports Map. Join us back here next Saturday, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Tell your friends it's the Varsity Sports Show on the Sports Map Radio Network. My name is Vince Delisio. Thanks again for tuning in, wherever you are, Florida, New York to Hawaii. Thanks again for joining us. Go Varsity.